YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy SalvationsElite, and we are back with another video, guys. We're finally doing the Strats video that I've been talking about the last few days on Ardennes 4. I posted this thumbnail like 2 days ago, finally getting it out today. I wanted to get a little bit more experience on the map before I actually made a Strats video about it. Obviously, that makes sense. I just wanted to, get more comfortable with it before I started talking about it. It really is a tough map to play. It's a map that kind of feels like Strike from MWR a little bit. It has that feel, kind of like Crossfire as well, where like if you don't play it right, you're going to end up in a standstill with the other team. Things like that, where you're kind of waiting for a pick and you have to play patiently. It's a tough map to play. Pre-nades and smokes are going to become extremely important as teams get more comfortable with the map and understanding where those nades work and where they don't work. It's going to get pretty hectic as the game moves along and progresses. So like I said, it's going to be extremely important to know where those pre-nade spots are. Be wary of them when you're making these pushes that I'm about to show. And of course, having good communication with your teammates to understand how they're moving and where they're going and what they're looking at. So we're actually going to start it off with the defensive strats first, because once we have a little bit of understanding where the basic defenders are going to be, it's easier to understand how you're going to exploit those defenders and use them in offense. So as you guys can see right here, this is the play that we're going to do right now. It's a fairly basic setup. One on the right side, one in mid, and two on the left side. Because that B-bomb's a little bit more likely to be planted, I like having two going to that left side at least. The thing about defense on this map is that it can get a little bit crowded pretty quick, as in there's not a lot of spots that you can go on either side of the map that really give you a lot of variation in the angles that you're looking at. Sometimes the maps you want to stack one side. This map is a little bit tougher to stack than some other maps. I'm excited to keep playing this map and get a little bit more creative with pushes and see what can work and what can't work, especially on defense. So the first player's role is pretty simple. You just got to get to this wall and just basically aim down sights over here at the B-bomb. It's not too bad because you can get there basically the exact same time that the guys on the attacking can get there to that wall. So you just got to be able to get there and head glitch it, make sure you're playing it right, and call out whether or not there's somebody there, because that's crucial for the next position of the next guy. So the player to his right is basically just waiting here until he gets the call out that it's clear. Once it's clear, he can get up to this wall. He can either push up this way, he can sit somewhere right around here and watch it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and it's extremely important for that defense to watch that fire cut and watch the tank. So the job of the player mid's pretty straightforward. You just got to make sure to watch this barrel here. It's a pretty straightforward role. You just got to make sure that you're in the right position. You get those call outs and you call out what you're seeing or what you're not seeing, and make sure that nobody's rushing into B to screw over your two teammates who are in there. So the fourth guy is just getting this quick call out to know if they're going A or not. Basically, his only job is to call out whether or not they're going A. It's blooded. That's the last thing you ever want to do. And in a situation like this, there's no point in trying to challenge it. If you see them, call it out, back up for a hot second, and let your teammates rotate in. So the next play is a little bit more of an aggressive defensive strat, where you're pushing up a little bit more, catching them off guard. It's a little bit of a switch up from the last one. Obviously, you can have these in any variation. The first player is kind of going to a similar spot as the last time, except he's getting up to this wall, and once he sees it's clear, he pushes up straight up to where that B-dom normally is up here. And he's checking both archways and the back wall to make sure there's nobody there. And once he has that clear, then you can have your teammates move up and watch that mid cut. So that's what you're seeing here, is this mid cut. Wait for your teammate to push up onto that B-dom, get that call out, and then push up into that mid cut. Like I said, watch it, kind of similar roles the last time. You just want to make sure that nobody's pushing through that mid while your guys are rotating over to A, and you have good coverage of both sides. So once again, that mid play is pretty straightforward. You just want to make sure that they're not quick pushing into mid before your teammates can get there. So once you watch out for pre-nades, and once you make sure that nobody's quick pushing into mid, you can then get over to the right side and watch that A lane, pre-aim those barrels, and then get up there, crouch down, and pre-aim into bunker. It's a nice little play there. It works pretty well. I like it a lot. It can be an extremely effective way to call out that side of the map. So this fourth guy is actually pushing to that right side of the map into the cave structure and camping it out, waiting for those rotations. I need to learn these call outs because right now it's just trash on Ardennes Forest. I don't have any call outs. It's like fire lane, tank, cabin, turret, bunker. It's terrible, but nonetheless, like I said, he's camping out in that right side, just waiting for those rotations, waiting for call outs. If not, if you get a call that they're at B-dom, you just have to rotate through spawn and get there as fast as you can. So I hope you guys are kind of understanding like the basics of defense or whatnot. It's not too bad. It's pretty straightforward. The spots, like I said, are pretty black and white, what you got to do. But offense is a little bit more exciting because you can use the smokes, the pre-nades to really get creative and make some kind of fun pushes. So as you guys can see here, it's a four-way push towards A-bomb. Basically a really aggressive push at A-bomb. I like it a lot. It's tough to do because B is generally the more consensus easier bomb to plant. But it's kind of fun to switch it up. I wanted to start it off with this A-bomb one so you guys are thinking a little bit differently, you know. So these first two players are going to be pushing through mid and into the tank cut. It's honestly a really nice play as long as you watch out for the pre-nades because it can get pretty dangerous around that tank. It's a pretty popular spot for the pre-nades. But if you get into the tank cut, you can then have one guy posted up around this corner here, you know, pre-aiming this turret, even though the turrets are banned, but the turret area. And then you can pre-aim right over this log here and make sure that nobody's around these rocks. The player coming behind him is kind of going the same route, waiting for those pre-nades obviously, and then he's watching the flank of that same player. So he'll lay down in the tank cut and just make sure he's watching that mid push to B. Obviously, since you don't know how they're setting up, maybe it's 2 and 2 or whatnot, you gotta be weary of these flanks and these guys coming back, you know, on the back side of you guys while you're trying to push towards A-bomb. So especially once you get one kill over at A, you gotta watch out for the flank because it's extremely dangerous. So to get these early callouts, you gotta have one guy go on the left side of bunker, potentially inside bunker if you want to, but outside gives you a little bit more of an angle. So you obviously just gotta watch out for that left side of the cabin by where the turret is, and then you can pre-aim over the barrel towards the cabin. So you just gotta get those callouts real quick while your other teammate is running towards the left cave. So like I said, this guy is just waiting for callouts from the guy who's at this barrel. And once he hears that there's nobody there, he can start running towards that left side cave. Once he gets there, basically, you just got to be really, really weary of that backside of A-bomb, like where he's pre-aiming right now, because there could always be somebody there, and you just got to be really wary. After you clear the area, it's really simple. You just push through together, and you can get that bomb down at A. It's honestly not too bad. I actually think it's going to be really good once you can practice it more. I think it's something that's a really nice switch up compared to some other pushes. Okay, so our final strat for the video is pretty straightforward. It's a B-bomb push. Like I said, pretty basic. First guy is going to that back wall, so he's going to be hustling to that right side. You can get there in about 7.2 seconds, which is almost the exact same as the guy who I said on defense, who can get there to their half wall. So you're going to aim down that half wall sides, and it's going to be a crazy close gunfight. If you have a really great sniper, this is the role for him, because you can come in scoping that wall, and once you get good at it, you can pick him off almost every time. So then once you clear that, you can actually push up towards that B-dom site, and that's where you can get this nasty head glitch, where you can watch the tank spawn and you can watch the half wall. It's really nice. It works really well, and especially once you have your guys pushing in, it works great. Okay, so these two guys' roles, I'm doing them together. You both run into this same little church area where you're waiting basically for pre-nades, first of all, because people like to pre-nade this little area right here. And then once you wait, you can wait for your guy to call out that it's clear, and that's when you both push out towards the B-dom and towards B-bomb. And something that I really like about this push is that you can really switch it up with smokes, and you can throw a smoke to really give the defense a new look, and I like it a lot. So you can run this type of push the exact same way multiple times with smoke grenades and make it feel like it's different. So I really like that about smokes, and I think smokes are going to be extremely important on Ardennes Forest. I can't wait to look into them more and really play more with it and experiment, but that's how it feels right now. So then the role of this last guy is to go mid, obviously, and just watch out for that quick mid push. You don't want to get too risky with it. And then once you guys get the bomb down, he can rotate back into spawn and watch the flank while your other teammate is watching mid, and the guy who has bomb maybe can fall back or extend out if he wants and even go towards that half wall, because if you guys get that bomb down with 4 people left, it's almost a guaranteed win at that point because it's so hard to break. So I hope you guys learned something with this video. I really like doing these team setups, and this one's pretty basic because I don't have a ton of experience on this map yet. So in the future, once I get more experience on some of these other maps, I'll do more team setups. Some more hardpoint rotation type stuff will be coming out, obviously, and then we're going to talk about gridiron and capture the flag a little bit. I need more experience on gridiron, especially before I can start talking about it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed these last 2 videos as well. But nonetheless, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys did, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Share it if you guys really enjoy it. Share it with your teammates. Share it with people who you want to do good in Call of Duty. Don't share it with the guys that you think you're going to be playing. But nonetheless, guys, as always, I'm your boy, SalvationsElite, and we'll see you next time. I'm out. Yeah, there's one on the right side.
All right, yep, one guy left side, one guy.
Oh, there's another one on the right side.
Hey, 3
pushing our right side.
Down.
Last guy's on the right.
Frick.